Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT math problems out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 905. Please turn to it, page 905, and today is our lesson number 127. Let's see what we can do. These are medium questions. This section has 20 questions. The first 6 that we just finished yesterday, 1 through 6, they were all easy. These are mediums. The average weight of 14 books is p pound. Alright. So we are told that average of 14 books is p pounds. What is the total weight of the books in pounds? Well, how do you find the total of anything when you're given the average? Average, as we know, equals the sum of all the numbers divided by the number of numbers. Here we are told that the average of 14 books is p. So this is the average p, and that equals the sum of the weights over how many books we have, and we have 14 books. And of course we cross multiply by 14 and we get the sum of the weights, which is what they're looking for. They're asking us what is the weight, what is the total weights of the books. Total weights of the books is right here, sum of the weights, and total weight is right here, 14p. 14 times p or 14p. The answer is E. The answer is E. Next one, number 8. Point B, we are told, is the midpoint of AC. So here is point C. It is 2 and 5, and A, which we are told is 2 and -1, and C is right in the middle. Question is, what's the value of T? And sorry, it should be B, not C. What's the value of T? And they give us the coordinates of point B as K and T. Question is, what's the value of T? In other words, they're looking for the y coordinates of the point B. We are not interested in x coordinate, but if we were, x coordinate is very simple to find out. X coordinate of B is going to be the same as the x coordinate of C and the x coordinate of A, which is 2, because it's a vertical line. And how do we know it's a vertical line? Because the line joins A and C and they both have the same x coordinate, which means line is not tilted, it's a straight vertical line. Anyway, that's not the point here. We are not interested in the x coordinate of B. We are interested in the y coordinate of B, which is T, right here. And T, because B is the midpoint, the y coordinate of B is simply going to be the average of 5 and -1 and -1, which is simply 5 plus -1 over 2. 5 plus -1 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. T equals 2. The answer is going to be C. Why is this the average of -1 and 5? Because it's right in the middle. It's halfway from the bottom and halfway from the top. So, in order to find the middle of the two, you just add up the 2 and divide by 2. That will give you the halfway mark. Number 9. Problem number 9 in the next column. we are told that k times 2x plus 3 times x minus 1 equals 0. We are also told that k, whatever it is more than 1. We have to meet this condition. We are told that x, whatever it is, has got to be more than 1. That is given to us. We are told that, so we have to keep that in mind. The question simply is, what's the value of k? Well, let's find out, shall we? What's the value of k? Well, we have three products here, k, 2x plus 3 and x minus 3. When we have three products, for example, if somebody tells us that a times b times c equals 0, then either a is equal to 0, or b is equal to 0, or c is equal to 0, or they are all equal to 0. That's the only way the product is going to be 0. Now, they do not all need to be equal to 0. That's why it says either. Only one of these three numbers have to be equal to 0. It doesn't matter what the other two are. It doesn't matter what the other two are, because 0 times anything is 0. So either k is equal to 0. So here either k is equal to 0, or 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0. There are only three possibilities. Let's continue, shall we? If we were to add 1 to this thing, this tells us that x equals 1. Well, x cannot equal 1 because we are told that x is more than 1. So that rules out this guy. Obviously, x is not equal to 1. X has to be more than 1. Let's look at this part. Here, if we subtract 3 from both sides, we find out that 2x equals, 3 drops out, negative 3, and x equals negative 3 over 2. X cannot equal negative 3 over 2, as we just had this discussion, because x is more than 1, for crying out loud. X cannot be less than 1, let alone a negative number. It can't even, or equal to 1. X cannot even be equal to 1, let alone a negative number. This is not possible. Well, if this is not possible, if this guy is not 0, if this guy is not 0, if this quantity is not 0, and if this quantity is not 0, then the only way the product of the three quantity is going to equal to 0 is if this implies, because this is not possible and this is not possible, this implies that k must be 0. K would have to be 0. That's the only way the product of three quantities is going to be equal to 0, because the other two quantities are not 0. That's all. Question was, what is the value of k? The answer is k is 0. K must be 0, which is answer choice B. Let's look at the last one on the page, number 10. That's it, we are done with it. Number 10. Let's see what it tells us. If all men in Williams' family are over 6 feet tall, all men are over 6 feet tall, all men are over 6 feet tall, all of them, in that particular family, not in the universe. Which of the following statement must be true? Which of the following statement must be true? We're looking for one statement that has to be true all the time. The first statement tells us that no man under 6 feet tall is a member of Williams' family. No man under 6 feet tall is a member of Williams' family, which of course is true, because we just been told that all the men in Williams' family are over 6 feet tall. So A is the answer. Well, I don't know what else to do here, because all the other statements as you read, they are nonsensical, they make no sense. The statement number 2 says, all men over 6 feet tall are members of Williams' family. It's ridiculous. Just because the guy is 6 feet tall does not mean that he's a member of Williams family. What we're told is that if he is a member of Williams family, a guy that is, then he must be 6 feet, over 6 feet. That's what we are told. B is not right. B is nonsensical. C says all men who are not members of Williams family are under 6 feet tall. No, no, no. Just because he's not a part of Williams family, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's under 6 feet tall. I don't know why I'm explaining so much. It's too obvious. None of them make sense. D says every member of Williams family over 6 feet tall is a man. No, that's not what we are told. What we were told is that all men in Williams family is over 6 feet tall. It does not rule out the possibility that there might be a female of the Williams family who may also be over 6 feet tall. D says every member of Williams family over 6 feet tall is a man. No, we do not know that. There might be some female. It's insane. And finally, E says there is one man in the Williams family under 6 feet tall. I was going to say something with starting with a B, ending with a T, involving an animal and some other good stuff, but I didn't say any of that. There is only one man. No, this is nonsense. The answer is A, as we said. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now. This is not a math problem. I don't know what else we can do here. That's about it. Answer is A.